Welcome back to Bill's Bets and Beers. I'm your host, Chad. This is a channel where I talk mostly about Bills, football, NFL in general, do some parlays. When it's NFL season, I'll be doing some parlays for the baseball and hockey and pretty much everything coming up, and some golf with a major coming up, about Masters coming up. And also, I do some tasting and ratings of tasty brews, which I'm going to be doing that at the end of this episode. End of this end of this video. So if you want to stay put for that, it's going to be Myers Creek. It's made up here in Casanova. I believe it was, Casanova, New York, and it's very good Kolsch that I haven't really first time actually trying tonight. So, but yeah, let's get into the video. Before I get deep into it, I would just like to say I just took a little bit of break from doing the stuff. Got busy with some extra work, got a second job, and doing some other things here and there. So, and trying to spend more time with the family instead of making videos and prepping and all that stuff. But I'm back into the season. Draft went through. I'm not a big college guy, so I don't know most of these how they played at their schools and stuff like that. So I just did some research on it after the fact, and now I'm gonna be doing a video on it today. Um, so gonna be starting off doing some draft picks and thoughts and grades. So just doing some initial thoughts that I had from it, and just give them a grade that I thought at that point. For that first round pick, we moved up from 27 to 20 to 25. We traded with the Jags. We traded with the Giants to get that pick, but ended up getting that pick, which was nice. It was interesting to see them move up that quick. I almost thought I was joking with my buddies, like I don't even think were going to pick this round because most likely by the 25th there's going to be no value there. But we picked up the tight end Dalton Kincaid. He is a monster with like pass catching, but I think that on the analysis of him, the draft analysis of him, they had said he would be not a danger, but like it would not hurt the team, but it was like almost like a danger to have him out there blocking because he's not great at blocking at all. Especially in the NFL, dudes like be bigger and everything like that. So that's why initially I was kind of shocked that we went with that. But in the end, we probably didn't have any first round like talent left on our board at that point. So we probably just took the best available player, which Brandon Bean tells you he usually will do, and that ended up being Kincaid, and I think we got a good value for him. And who knows? I mean, we just gave Dawson Knox a big contract. I think they could play good together. I just be interesting how this offense flows now. Having two good pass catching tight ends that aren't like known for blocking. I mean, Dawson Knox isn't horrible, but he's not the greatest. So I'm hoping in camp maybe like they'll work with the O line coach and they can learn how to just get a little stronger on the run blocking and everything like that. So that's for good hopes. I put that grade as B plus just because of the pass blocking thing where he's not great at blocking. Obviously, he's a good pass catcher. And I don't know. I thought maybe I'm not sure who was on the board, but I thought maybe we could have got like another different offensive lineman or I don't know, something else to plug in there. But I am happy with the pick. It was just a little bit of a shock. I think that pretty much everyone is a Bills fan. Next up, we got the second round pick, number 59, our normal pick for that round. We got guard Osiris Torrance, and I do like this pick. I was expecting something like this in the first round, but ended up getting it in the second for us. I gave this an A plus. I think it's a great pickup in the late second round, and honestly, it's gonna add that big size that we need to our line. I know they're all around that size and everything like that, but It's going to help having that extra bulk there because we are desperately missing some of that. I feel like we get pushed around a lot. At least it seemed like that last year during that Bengals game. Like we could get nothing going. So and they were running all over us. So I'm glad in this draft we added some bulk on both sides of the line. But it was good to see that. He's at 6'5", 330, so it's be huge for us. Um, and that Dalton Kincaid he's actually 6'4", 240. So he's a big boy. I think he's gonna be our big slot receiver. But at times anyways, because I do like our current slot receiver at the moment. So then we had a third round pick, number 91. We had Dorian Williams, linebacker. They were saying this is going to be like the replacement for I don't know to replace Edmonds. That's what they're at least speculating, fans. But I don't see that being so. If it is, it's that I initially gave this a B minus just because of his size. I know he's great at pass catching, and I mean not pass catching, good at like following routes and being on receivers and like tight ends and things like that. He's great with that, but he's just such a small bodied linebacker. I say small, I mean I'm 5'3", so I'm like super small, but like he's 6'2", 230. It's not like drastically small, but compared to what we had with Edmonds, this freaking span with like the size of like a bald eagle's, man. It's just freaking massive. So it's just different. I think with Sean McDermott kind of in calling all the defensive plays and everything like in schemes and stuff like that now, I think that he's gonna have something up his sleeve where we're gonna stick with the quick, at least in the linebacker department, and probably move him around. I don't see Dorian picking up that middle linebacker. Um, I'm not sure who's gonna be there, to be honest. I I guess that's another day, another topic, but that's going to be very interesting how that pans out throughout camp. But besides the size thing, he's like I said, he is great at coverage, and that's really what you kind of need nowadays. But you need a little bit of bulk so you don't get ran over by those running backs either. So I don't think he's going to be getting ran over too often, but it's just something to think about. Then you got the fifth round pick, Justin Shorter. He's actually 6'4". It's funny by the name. I know everyone's making that joke, but you got to make it. He's a wide receiver that we picked up. He's out of Florida, so the Florida wide receiver. He's 224, good size. I think it's just nice to add, I don't know, add some size to the wide receiver room. I mean, we have one guy that's tall. We got Gabe Davis, and all the rest are not short, but they're not like on the tall end, like 6'3" to 6'5" area or higher. So it's nice to add a little bit more height to there. He is quick because he does have a great separation. Like throughout all his film, he had a really good separation. So he's pretty good on the speed aspect, good at doing some routes, get that separation. So it'd be very interesting to see how that pans out this year. At least how he gets his how much time he gets on the field, because we do have a lot of decent wide receivers, and I think we're going to be picking up another one, probably like some veteran. I mean, obviously it's not going to be Hopkins now, but I think we are still going to pick up a veteran at some point to try to just fill in some holes and make some competition, at least during training camp, so he's not just handed to the guy. But I can definitely see him being on the field at some point this year. I mean, it's probably not going to be a huge role, but it's going to be some sort of a role. But yeah, that's gonna be good for our wide receiver room, honestly. And it's actually a shock to see us not pick defense yet. That was mind blowing. Um, then we had our yeah, sorry. Then we had our fifth round pick 150. We got that was just yeah. Sorry, I am just copying myself now. But yeah, we have our seventh round pick, number 230, guard Nick Broker, and I think it's gonna be that was a nice pickup. I put this as an A, and then Justin, the wide receiver, Justin Short, I put him as an A minus because we definitely needed it. But this picking up another decently big size guard. He's not like massive, but he plays like a big boy. So it's going to be good to see just having some more O line depth with some bigger bodies who can handle good run blocking, everything. Because he's quick, so he's good at picking up front blocks, good at doing all that stuff. So I think Broker definitely has a chance to make the starting lineup. At least not. I wouldn't say starting lineup. I guess at least the first rotation of after the starting lineup, like probably like right behind, like a nice backup behind, like I don't know, like Dawkins or something like that, like just like so he can get some rest and things like that. So he's not if he's if we're winning by enough or just so he can get some air, things like that. I think he'd be good on the field. So I think he has the ability to do that, and that'd be nice to see us have a stronger O line, just a more solid players that you can trust behind the starters, and which we didn't really have too much of that last year, to be honest. Um, and he's good at run blocking, so it's gonna be nice to I don't know bring some sort of stuff to this offense so we can actually start running more. Because we're definitely gonna have to. It's I know it's a throwing league, but we gotta do with that this year. I think that's why they stocked up a little bit. They doubled down on the guards this year, which I think was smart. Um, then the last pick, another seventh round pick, number 252. We picked up our first defensive player, cornerback Alex Austin. I gave this a B plus. I mean, honestly, they're good at picking up cornerbacks and like picking them up in the late rounds. You got Dane Jackson. I mean, a couple other ones are just you wouldn't have seen that like coming, but they're great. They're great cornerbacks. They are starters on our team, and I mean, Tron Johnson and everything like they've been drafting very well in this position. So I trust this pick, and it just gives us a nice depth in that department, and it's gonna make some good competition back there. So no one's just sitting easy, just knowing they're gonna make the team. Obviously, Trey White and a couple others are gonna be like that, but the people that were on the practice squad last year thinking they're just going to make it this year, or like who are like the back end of our CBs, they're not just going to be sitting there saying, "Oh, I'm going to get on the team automatically." It's just going to make good, healthy competition. For him, he is a little bit on the smaller side, which is why I went B plus. He's not going to be like able to take on those big tight ends and like at least bulk size of that. They're going to be able to push him a little bit, and makes a little bit of separation probably that way. Use their body weight against him. But I see I would bet he's going to be bulking up in the next year, so there's not going to be a problem with that. But yeah, he was 6'1", 195. That's why I say he's pretty light. Uh, give me 1 second. I need to go get my dog. Oh. Okay, sorry about that. He was just barking out there, and I was gonna stop. Must have heard a car or something. But, anyways, that's it for the draft talk. I think overall we did well. I give it like a nice A, yeah, a nice A minus A. I think we drafted well overall. I think even everyone else is thinking the same. Um, and I think we're gonna have a nice camp this year. Hoping to be able to get up there for maybe a couple of dates if I can. Um, Next up, we have Bills news. Um, had a couple things happening. I'm only gonna touch on the things that happened like this week, just because I've just been gone for a couple months, and there's too much really news to catch up on. But you got DeAndre Hopkins guaranteeing he's not gonna be going to the Bills, and basically saying, I'm not sure who made up that narrative, even though he was talking back and forth between our guys, and I think there was like a brand deal that was going on, kind of making it kind of blending some lines and not making it obvious, but happens. You read when you're trying to read into social media of these players and think you're gonna know what they're gonna be doing. It never happens that way. You want to join? Okay. This is Simba. He's a little guy that I like to put in some videos. Okay. Um. Yeah. I'll picture. So honestly, it's not. It's not heartfelt to hear that he's not coming here, but I think it would have been a massive deal to get done like that. And who knows how much we would have had to pay for him, how much the Cardinals would have taken off his like 20 mil guaranteed this year. So it's like you just gotta look at it like, well, would have been nice to have him, but we did pick up a big body wide receiver for the outside, 6'4", 220 something. I think we not. I mean, he's not going to be Hopkins level, obviously, but we still have some sort of player there. Then nice pickup, honestly. We just signed today. I saw that Puna Ford. That's going to be massive. It's like I said, it's good to add depth to our defensive line and also size. We having a good nose tackle. He's been solid for years for the Seahawks, and I think he's gonna be solid for us this year. He's definitely gonna be a starter. Um, and even recently, we picked up the running back Latavius Murray. That's gonna be massive too. I think even though he's older, he hasn't been really that many injuries throughout the years. Knock on wood. And to be honest, it's just gonna add not youth, but obviously not youth, but just spruce up our running back room a little bit. I know we already have kind of like a heavy hitter in Damian Harris, but size wise, I think Murray's a little bit bigger. I may be wrong, but I think it's going to be nice to have at least one or two bruisers back there now. Um, and then with Singletary gone, now Cook's will be taking the main role, and Hines as well back there, which I'm interested to see how they kind of parse those things together because I was really kind of frustrated he didn't get much playing time last year. He was just a punt return and kick return guy, which is kind of ridiculous considering what we paid for him and that we traded for him and stuff middle of the year. Anyways, that's not here nor there. Doesn't really matter at this point. But it's gonna be interesting to see what Dorsey does this year. I was not shocked that we didn't get a new offensive lineman, now offensive coordinator, but you know, I thought we'd pick up maybe someone with a little bit more experience considering the window that we're going to be in. But obviously they trust him, and I trust the process, so you can't really blame him too much on that. Um, anyways, let's get into this tasting and rating of a tasty brew. Um, I got, like I said, it's Myers Creek Brewing Company. They have a spot up in Syracuse, but it's made out of Casanova, and it's Mo Honey Mo Kolsch. Very awesome. It's only 5%, but this is like a beer that instead of having like a Bud Light or like a Budweiser, you want to have that. You don't want to have that strong IPA, but you still want to have a nice like like a I don't know, a good tasting beer, not just like I don't know, as they say, piss water. You know what I mean with some of them. and like Keystone and things like that. This is just a nice, simple beer that you can enjoy and have multiple of them. There's like it just like fills your mouth with flavors, so it's a good beer. Um, so then again, it gives you a little IPA taste at the end, which that's why most people drink it. So you can't really. That's what you go for. If you're not, I'm not an IPA guy. You're just not gonna like it. But I think this will give you. It's almost like a starter IPA in a sense. Like if you're used to drinking just Budweisers or like Labatt's and things like that, if you took this, you would probably start to enjoy the flavor at the end because it's not like it's water. You kind of want to know that you're drinking a beer, at least in my standpoint. Um, so let's go off the ratings. Color wise, it's like a nice, like not like you said, it's not see through, but it's very light in a sense, and I like that. It's like a you can tell there's some like it's full of flavor. It's not just like a Budweiser you can see directly right through. So that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be a nice little starter IPA if you're not really never had them before. And it's very smooth. So color, I'd give it like an 8 because it just looks like a nice, I don't know, like a nice simple IPA. Um, taste wise, I mean, very not bland. Like I said, it's full of flavor, but it's not like the normal like not kicker, like just like the feeling of IPA. But I would give this a solid 7.5 just because this is what you're expect with a Kolsch. It's a light IPA. It's nothing crazy. Um, you're not looking at like a 9% beer, 7% beer. It's just 5%, almost like a draft. So you just gotta that's what you expect, and that's what it provides. That's why I give it like a nice 7.5 because I'd rather have something a little bit stronger, a little bit hoppier, or at least something that you taste a little bit more of the IPA in it. But I still like it a lot, so that's why I'm rating at least that high. Then you got drinkability. Like I said, you can sit back and drink because they come in 16-ounce cans. You can drink like probably 6, 7 of these if you wanted to in a night, and it just could be like you had, like I said, and you're not gonna be waking up feeling bad. It's not like you drink 6, 7, 9%. This would be something you could have a little bit more beer, maybe for like a tailgate or something like that, where it's just gonna warm me up and do stuff like that. I've been contemplating if I wanted to bring any like smaller IPAs to like a tailgate instead of my normal uh, Labatt's, but you know, can't turn down simple Labatt's. It just goes down a lot faster, and you can drink a lot more of them. Um, but yeah, drinkability, I give it a solid 8.5. Actually, I give it like a 9 because it's just so smooth. Um, bingeability, same thing, probably like a nice 8.5 because it is a little bit heavy, so you're not gonna be binging too much of it. But I don't know if you're getting over 5 or 6, it's gonna be a little heavier on the stomach. So I don't think you're drinking like 8 or 9 of these. So that's why I put it towards that. And design, I mean, it's freaking awesome. You got little honey combs going around the side. I mean, little like bee stripe lines in it. I don't know. Very simple, but very nice as well. And it's a nice little sticker that goes on. That's how you know it's like a local. It's just a simple aluminum can that you could buy if you want to make your own beer and stuff like that, and they just put a sticker over it. So I really like it, and I definitely recommend it to anyone who's either thinking about like trying some IPAs and getting some higher percentage beers, or if you like high percentage beers, just a nice low percentage beer that gives you a mouthful of flavor without like saying, "Holy shit, this is 9%." But yeah, that's gonna be it for that tasting and rating. I'm gonna shout out some of my sponsors. My buddy Evan has a channel. It's Mr. Nasty Time. It's on YouTube now. He does stream his gaming. He's been got a new job, so he hasn't as much time as of late, and obviously it's off season. He does more football uh, related stuff, but he does some stuff on the UFC as well. Hasn't lately, but he still does. And he does more gaming, honestly. And I think he's slowed down on that just because of this training and his new job going on. But he's gonna be ramping it up probably by the new season coming around. We're doing a podcast soon. I think this coming up Friday, or I believe, or something like along those lines. But yeah, definitely check him out. He's a good watch. He's very knowledgeable about pretty much every sport. So definitely a good watch, especially for some UFC and football stuff. Yeah, I see. I'm almost done, boy. And then my wife, check her out on Instagram. It's at Crochet with Elisha. She does a lot of good stuff on there. She she oh Jesus, you're aggressive. She makes like scarves, hats, mittens, gloves, and now for the spring season coming up in like summer. I know you're not wearing too much stuff, but you can get a nice little like cardigan, very light, holy, like breathable cardigan that if it gets a little breezy at night, you can wear that out. You can put it over your stuff if you're going to like the club or going to a bar or something like that. Just wear it over after you're out, and you can instead of being a little shivery on the way home, you'd be warm. You'd be warm. It's just warm enough, not gonna make you sweat or anything like that. So check it out. She has tons of cardigans on there. She can do multicolor, different pattern designs, everything you want, pretty much. She also makes dolls and stuff for kids, and she does with all the stuffing in it. Makes all the. She even has made her own designs and stuff like that. If like you're looking for something and you would say, "I would love this," and she can go and try to find a pattern for it and say, "Is this what you're looking for?" and whatnot. She even makes blankets and stuff like that. Like I said, that's more kind of winter related, but she does make blankets and everything, all sizes to fit king size, queen size, twin size, any type of bed you have, she can make it. So go check her out if you're interested. Definitely shoot her a DM, say hey, I would like to get this, and then she can give you some prices and stuff like that. Because yarn, like everything else, is going up, so it's gonna be not like you're going to the store and getting a blanket. It's gonna be a little bit more pricier. Like same thing with cardigans. I mean, that could be like a $30 cardigan. So definitely give her a shout if you want anything. At least check out her page and give her a couple likes. But yeah, um, that's gonna be it. I don't really know what my upcoming video is gonna be at this point. I'm gonna be doing probably a power rankings for after the draft for both sides, AFC and NFC. Just gonna do some research on that. I'll probably drop that next week or something like that. Um, and like I said, I'll be doing some more betting stuff coming up. Just getting back and doing some videos. It's not gonna be obviously like football, but I can do some golf related stuff, and I might be doing some golf videos soon, maybe if I can get my get a nice little stand out there for me, um, just to get my round kind of like put out there, do some shot tracers, do some basic stuff, get some fun time with the boys on camera. Depending how wild it gets, might not post it, but I think it'll all be fun to get something like that going. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Appreciate it if you made it to the end of the video. Um, if you do like the content, give me a like and subscribe. It always helps. I mean, definitely boosts. Because I love doing it, just talking and doing this stuff. But it definitely helps when I see people enjoying it and more people subscribing and whatnot. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Apologize for me having to get up and get my dog out, get my dog in the house, and kind of hearing his stuff rattling around and stuff on his collar when he wanted some pets. But like I said, that's it. Peace. Appreciate you guys. Have a nice night.